Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to bullshit, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today's artist is No Use for a Name. We are not including Tony's solo stuff, The Live and a Dive, which comes with the comic book, the Daily Grind EP, or the Joey Cape splits. Only the 7 studio albums, so don't add us in the comments saying, what about Live and a Dive? With me today, he's always on the daily grind, Tim.
What's up?
He's good at making friends, Will. And for the first time on the show,
News to me.
our special guest, he's full of dumb reminders, Cowboy.
Hey.
And he's sleeping between trucks. That's Jason.
Oh, that was mine. That was mine for you on top songs. Shoot.
Okay, well,
That's well played. But hey, by the way, spoilers. Come on.
Now I gotta
Something to
come
look
up with
for.
something newer.
now you got to work.
Yeah. All right. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell thingy, all that crap. Patreon, help us buy better equipment, and pay for an editor.
Discord.
Discord, Facebook group. Speaking of Facebook, shout out to Justin Alvarez. And
Hey, Justin, my sweet man. How are you doing?
Discord, shout out to Irene the Bean, who's like the only person in the server that talks.
Yeah.
We love her.
I'm jealous of those Tom Waits records.
Yeah, she's got some Tom Waits now. All right, so
Tom waits for no one.
I guess
Sorry,
we'll
I
start
just couldn't
with
help.
Cowboy. What is your relationship with the band No Use for a Name?
My relationship with the band all started with you, man.
Yeah.
All started with you. It sure did. You've introduced me to a lot of bands, and More Betterness came out, and that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah, that's generally Joe's response to it when we get to that part of the show. What about you, Tim? You've got an interesting No Use story, don't you?
Yeah. So I looked it up today. I confirmed. I saw this band April 12th, 1995 in
Jesus.
Pensacola, Florida. And I was still in high school. I was a wee lad. This was one of the first shows I went to. And I ended up walking out of the show because the headliner was terrible. And sadly, this was at the height of their popularity and probably coolness. And so just having numerous bad tastes in my mouth since I was 16 years old, I kind of ignored this band. So I really hadn't listened to any of these. I think I heard a song or two on compilations, Punkaramas, stuff like that. But this was my first time sitting down with the discography, so that was fun.
All right. Yeah, that would have been Leche Con Carne. Jesus, I would have paid so
Yeah.
much money to see that. And the
Yeah,
Offspring
no.
on Smash.
Offspring on Smash, they were terrible. No Use for a Name. I don't really remember anything about their show other than at one point, Tony's got this side of the crowd saying metal, and then this side of the crowd says fuck. And you can see where that's going to go. And so me being
Honestly.
a fan of punk and metal, I was like, fuck you, no, fuck you. And then Quicksand was the opener.
Holy
And
crap.
so I'm pretty happy I got to see that.
I bow at the altar of Walter Schreifels. He is my hero. I love him very much.
Jeez.
Yeah, we didn't get many shows back in the day, so I went to what I could. And this
Where
was
was it at?
Yeah. Where was it?
Pensacola Bayfront Auditorium.
Okay.
Damn. I completely
Oh,
blanked
wow.
on that.
Yeah.
I was still
Well, it was
learning
an arena
Pensacola,
show, so it's kind of like,
Yeah, well, it was Smash. It was the
Offspring,
Offspring's
yeah,
first
yeah.
real American tour after that took off. So
all that record label money made them play bigger shows than they probably should have.
yeah,
I was 15.
probably,
My parents
and
let
write
me go.
songs they shouldn't have. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate on Offspring, but We'll have plenty of hate later, I think. Just kidding. Just
So,
kidding. I'll be nice.
what about you, Will?
None outside of seeing like the album cover for Leche con Carne everywhere because it was a very popular record for them, I suppose, or maybe it was just because it was the first on Fat Wreck or whatever. But like outside of that, like I'm sure I heard them on like a Punkorama or two, or one of the Fat Wreck comps probably, because I did like No Effects a lot, so I listened to a lot of No Effects, and they had all. I mean, the we'll get into No Effects later, I guess, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's basically it. This is my first time going from start to finish hearing the entire discography. It was fun.
All right. Well, mine it was 1999. It was More Betterness. It was one of those records that I remember where I was at the first time I heard it. I was at CD Warehouse. They had these little tables, little listening stations.
Yeah,
Oh
Friend,
yeah,
the 5 disc changers, man. Yeah.
yeah. My
got
Julie just
Yeah.
so
came
many
in,
things at that table.
and he's like, "You got to hear this," and he played it, and it literally. I think this album probably changed my life as far as my musical
Well,
direction after that. Like, that's how I got into so many other bands is because of that record. So, yeah,
yeah, that's one of the things that like kind of blew my mind though, is that I did not really think of how prolific they were in that decade. Like when I think of them, I think of the post 2000 like crazy boom of pop punk and emo core kind of shit that happened. And
Which
that's
they
when
definitely jumped on
that's
the
when I
trend.
remember them more, even though I first came across them in like 95 or 96 or whatever. So it's weird because I didn't know they put out all those records before that record, and those records were crazy. I didn't expect them at all. It's fun.
yeah. And there are like different time periods of sound across
For
them.
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Cowboy, you want to start us
Definitely.
off since you're the special guest? What's your
Oh,
number eight?
okay. Okay. My number 8 is probably going to be
More
um,
Betterness.
Don't Miss the Train.
I gotta remember you're not calling Jason on here. Any reason why, or
No, just a lot of the earlier albums I've tried over the years. I mean, to you know, it just didn't hold. Just it didn't hold. What Making Friends was what really broke it with me. In that era, right before More Bitterness. I mean, More Bitterness broke me. They're the ones that's the album that got me. And then, like I always do, I end up going backwards in the albums,
Yeah.
and I've tried it, but I don't know. It just,
it's that pop ear you got, right?
yeah, it's my pop ear.
He's
It's
always
always
talking
been
about
my
his
pop
pop
ear.
ear.
Yeah,
Look, I'm wearing a pop
yeah.
shirt.
Nah. um. So yeah, I mean, that's
All
about
right,
all I got on that one. It's.
all right.
So
Well,
you're going off of you're really going off of personal preference and like what they mean
Yeah,
to you and
yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, I
And
have a
it's
feeling.
a lot of it is the time periods too in which the albums. Um, a lot of my experiences with hanging out with Jason and what we went through with the albums as they came out, and and the stuff before Making Friends just it was hard to grab.
Okay.
He can tell you.
Yeah. No, I can totally understand that for sure.
yeah, you don't know how many
Yeah,
times I've sat on his porch and played Strung Out for him, and he
Yeah.
yeah,
just nope,
yeah.
not getting it. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go Incognito because like it's a strong first album. It's just not really a no use record. It's kind of hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Lagwagon, their first album stands up to me. Like it fits. It sounds like a Lagwagon. This does not sound like a no use record. I do like DMV and Sign the Bill. Still waiting on him to sign that bill to this day. I love the harmonics and It Won't Happen Again. Hail to the King lyrically is what Tony's going to become later. Weirdo is not. That's kind of a. Yeah, the police cover is a police cover. It's interesting.
They
I
did,
mean,
they did it well.
yeah, I mean, there is some. Actually, I think.
I
don't
I
know.
apparently need to go back and listen to the Police's discography because I had no idea there was even a Police cover on this record. That's
You definitely
great.
need to listen to the Police discography. That's
Yeah, I know.
amazing.
Hey, has that been reviewed yet? We should put that on the list.
I think
Yeah,
it is
I
on the
didn't.
list,
I think.
actually.
Yeah, I think
So,
we
It
were
is.
talking about putting it on there. It
yeah.
did. It didn't make it on the
That's
rarities. The covers. I mean, there's a lot of good covers on here. They do.
Which song was it?
Truth Hits Everybody.
Oh wow! See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
Give him
I'm a
Sting
big
that
police
money.
fan.
So yeah, it's a solid first album from a band. You know, it's got some good shit on it.
Mhm.
What about you, Tim?
Well, it looks like I'm probably going to have the hot takes here.
No, me
Probably.
too. I was just saying there's going to be a definite like balance to this listing,
I
I
told
think.
Cowboy that the other night. I was like, these two are gonna be like whoop compared to us.
Yeah, I am for sure. I'd also like to reserve the right to like this. My order is going to change because I found that I liked all of these albums a whole bunch.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
excellent.
like even their poppy punk, like early mid 2000s, whatever you want to call it. Like they never got as bad as yeah, I don't know. I liked all of these albums. They were even at their poppiest, I felt like they still retained that original like hardcore punk flavor. So I guess not knowing what a No Use for a Name album was supposed to sound like. Uh,
Bye bye.
yeah. So my number 8 is going to be Hard Rock Bottom. I did like
Wow,
it.
wow. Because
I,
like I
I
was
did.
looking at
I
on
like putting
Spotify that has the top 2 songs. That record has the top 2 songs on their Spotify. It's crazy.
Well, I that has no influence on me or
Oh,
my
I know.
whatsoever.
It's remarkable, so I'm remarking. You know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I can see where like yeah. I thought Dumb Reminders was really cool.
Ah,
Yeah. I mean, my notes are a
yeah.
little incomplete. I had to listen to this one at work, so I was a little preoccupied. But I did. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good album. I think I'm going last with it because even when they do kind of try to introduce the more like hardcore styles that they were used to, it still feels it's like that generic pop punk hardcore beat
Yeah.
that they don't really do on any other album
That's
to this degree.
that's the thing I like about No Use is like they're pop punk, but they don't sing about your normal, all about the girls
Oh
type
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Like,
lyrically, it's
Exactly.
all over
Yeah.
the place. It's beautiful.
yeah,
For sure.
I mean he gets dark in some of his solo stuff.
Yeah, a lot of this
Yeah.
is, I mean, I could see why they went pop like in this era, but they're a punk band. I
Yeah.
don't know how much of a pop band they were trying to be
Yeah.
on their own. So,
Like I mean, the nihilism's always there because I mean the band name is very nihilistic in itself. Like that's not that's a strain throughout all the records that definitely makes them listenable. At least to miscreants like myself. I found it fun.
Yeah, that's a great band name. Like it's
Yeah, it
up
is.
there with. All right, Will, what's your number 8?
Well, I guess speaking of nihilism, I'm gonna put Leche con Carne at the last spot.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I got the hot takes.
that's
I don't
clearly
care.
a hot take. When
No, well,
everybody
this is.
starts
I've
throwing-
got my reasoning is this, dude. It is the first. Having heard the first 2 records before this record, okay, like they were definitely more hardcore kids that were into punk, but they were hardcore punk fans. And then
Right.
they sign a Fat Wreck, and they sound like No Effects all over this. No Effects, but there are so many like song riffs and everything else that could be interchangeable with any NoFX record. Like the changeover from sounds is more pronounced on this than any of them because it is the big change up in their sound. But it doesn't work for me philosophically. It doesn't work for me musically because I could just go listen to a NoFX record and that would be fine. You know, like that's my only argument, and that's the reason why it's at my 8, because the other ones I can find something that's distinctive about the band that I don't hear on this record. That's it. That's the only reason. And y'all can flame me in the comments. Please do. We like it.
Yeah, we got it all tonight. We got Will's dogs, we got my cat, we got Cowboys kids.
Yeah.
Tim, you need to get a
Yeah.
I'm
bird
just
or
gonna put a
something.
record on it.
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah,
You're gonna be busy editing this one.
Tim should be like listening to a what is the vibraphone? What is the thing? Shit. Okay. Anyway, the old wax cylinder recording player,
Gramophone?
Victrola.
like,
A Victrola. You should be listening to a
sure,
Victrola
okay.
with a top hat on and a nice pipe and just chilling in his peaceful abode. You know, it's nice.
I could.
Cowboy Wax. All right, now I'm gonna go again. It's Don't Miss the Train. I'm with Cowboy on this one. You're getting there. The lyrical topics are coming around more. They're getting tighter as a band. Born Addicted's great. Thorn in My Sides rips. The title track, come on, that's the best song on the fucking album. They even did it on Live in a Dive, I think. I know it's not on the list, but like the Daily Grind is the perfect transition between this and Leche. Like that's what they got on Fat with was that EP, and you can tell it's kind of like a mix between the old and the new.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the exploration into a different sound for sure on that song.
It's
I
kind of
don't know
like
the EP, but I know the song.
Strung Out's Elements of Sonic Defiance. Like there is a clear, hey, we're a skate punk band, and then they put out that EP, and it's like, now we're strung out. Permanent Rust. Oh, what's his name? Feeding the Fire. Oh, those are all the. I'm talking about the Daily Grind. Yeah, the closing track, Get Out of This Town, is really good, but still, it's on the lesser side for me.
Heard. What about you, Tim? What you got?
The next one I got is going to be Keep Them Confused. It's got some good stuff. There's like some good songs on here, but nothing really jumped out at me. I did like it though. Like I'm going to listen to it again, so I reserve the right to instantly fall in love with one of these songs once I've heard it a couple more times. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of the same deal as with the Hard Rock Bottom. It's just yeah, you could tell the big NoFX influence has just been creeping through, and it almost feels like they're they're kind of grabbing at things at this point. It feels like.
Yeah, you're not too far off on that one.
Yeah, where's your hot take now?
Oh, me?
Sure.
You. Oh, okay.
That was for the people in the comments.
Well, I could go with the big one, but I'm not going to because it would be disingenuous. I'm gonna go with Incognito. As much as I love that sound, it is definitely the sound of a band that is trying to figure out their own sound. And as much as I enjoy that sound, I actually think they did a better job with Don't Miss the Train on developing their own kind of like hardcore sound. It's just, I don't know. This one kind of felt like there's a lot of records that sound like this, a lot of them, and I like it, but it's not as good as the other material for sure.
All right, Cowboy, what you got?
Incognito.
Is that going to be your number one, Tim?
I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned to find out. I did love it, though. I did love it. Oh my god, it's great. Like every single song was just.
It is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased. I think they're all great. So
Yeah, that's
this
totally
is a
fair.
hard one for me.
Yeah, these bottom ones I liked a lot. So.
Was that all you got, Cowboy? You got any
well,
comments?
Incognito, it, like I said, it goes along with, the earlier stuff with, I just, to be honest and true to the band, I haven't really been able to give those albums the proper attention. I guess you could say that maybe I should have. I've had my certain albums from them that have just always been close to my heart, and you can ask Jason. I've got a weird sense of vision and about a pop ear that it's not just about the music itself, and the lyrics play a big part in it too, and that's where I think. To be honest and true to no use, I can't really say that, that they would be truly and fully to the last, but as of right now, until I can one day really sit down, with the earlier albums, it might change, it just.
Man, you were supposed to do that for this video.
Well, it's been kind of hard. It's been very hard.
Yeah, listening to something and spending quality time with something are completely different things.
Oh yeah. Next week we got to spend quality time with some really bad pumpkin.
Hey man, to be fair, this is going to be the first time in a long time that I've listened to anything post like 2000.
Hey, you want to do the Police next week instead?
You know what, dude? Honestly, if it gives you extra time to put up with the bullshit, but the thing is, for me, it's just like the last half of those records are just not going to be good anyway. So it's just going to be what it is,
Yeah, I'm so scared.
And poor Tim doesn't like them at all. So
oh, I know. Me and Tim have had this talk.
I'm hoping to be surprised, but
I think the older stuff. I think a lot of the older stuff will actually grow with the ages, whereas anything after that might have.
Oh yeah, kids.
Anything about no use is,
Yeah.
Anything with no use is to be cherished nowadays. But, I look at it as just a cherished moment with every album because, band was gone too soon. Tony was gone too soon. So,
yeah.
Do we have a cause of death? I don't know if I was able to find one.
He got into drinking really bad, and I think he took pills and was drinking on tour, and that's what.
It's never a good thing.
I mean, if you listen to his solo stuff, you can tell he was struggling with alcohol and being away from his family.
Okay.
But yeah, what's your next one, Tim?
Let's get bright and cheery, Tim. Come on.
Okay. So my next one is going to be More Betterness.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Is this the big one? Is this?
This is a very popular record. Yeah. It's a hot take.
Okay. Let's see here.
I got your name for the next top songs now.
So my only real criteria in placing this here is of the two albums that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Chris Shiflett are on, I think this one's the weaker of the two. Again, really liked the album, and I will be listening to it again. So, it will get more attention for sure. But again, at this point in their discography, it felt like yeah, they were a little lost. I wonder how much pressure good old Fat Mike was putting on them to get a hit or something, because it doesn't sound like they were trying to get a hit, but the just knowing how the radio sounded during these years, it kind of sounds like they're trying to get a hit.
They got a hit in my heart.
Yay. Yay,
Well,
I heard
that's
that.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
You might hate my next pick.
You gonna do the same damn thing this time?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
I'm gonna change your answer.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
your
All
trophy.
right. Okay. No, here's one of the things. The one thing that made this record not work for me is, yes, it is their poppiest record yet. And that's not a problem with pop. Pop is good. I like pop. It's just that it doesn't sound any different from any other of the pop punk band records that were coming out at this point in time to me. And also my main complaint, it's not even the sound, it's not even the songs. It's that it's like twice as long as every other record. It's like a full length record. And after a while, that same drum beat just starts. It's like listening to a house record. My girlfriend loves house music. That's all she wants to listen to at all time. But it is literally the same beat, boom, 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 every second of every song. And by the end of this record, that's kind of how I was feeling about pop punk beats too. Like, come on, let's play a downbeat, guys. Come on, let's like break it up just a little bit. That's the only reason why it's there. Beyond that, I understand why people would love this record. I understand the songs mean a lot to probably everyone who likes this record a lot. Like, it's not a bad record. Like, again, I'm not talking trash. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
And in comparison to what I prefer listening to compared with the rest of the discography, I just don't think it's as good as the other records. That's it.
That's kind of how I feel about this whole discography too. Like, something has to be in sixth place, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Once you place what you like and what, like, maybe I didn't like this one as much.
The fact that we're even reviewing this band at all is proof that they're worth reviewing. You know what I mean? Like, they're not bad. They're pretty damn good, actually. You know?
Yeah,
like they're great.
Absolutely.
All right, Cowboy. I know you're not gonna break my heart.
No. This con carne is gonna be mine.
You broke my heart.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got you for my number 6.
That's all right. I know. You gonna break my heart. It's all right. I have to give the album art mad props for that, though. It's got really good album art.
We'll get into that in about a couple hours.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah.
Quite a few more drinks.
But yeah.
Justified Black Eye.
No, Justified Black Eye. That was a very good song. That's why it's not at the very bottom of my list. So.
All right. Is that all? I'm cutting you off. I don't want to hear you talk about that album anymore.
Okay.
My number 6 is Keep 'Em Confused.
Do they have bonus stuff on the vinyls?
Not Keep 'Em Confused. No.
Okay.
Part 2 and For Fiona, really fucking good. 2 songs about his kids. They give me chills now when I listen to it. Like, this is a hard record to listen to now, but it's almost like he knew he wasn't going to be around much longer when he wrote those songs. And punk dads write the best songs about having kids, like the Wonder Years, Teenage Bottle Rocket, you know, If I Could Freeze Our Small Amount of Time Together, then we can make believe this world would never end. Unfortunately, truth is cold, so you stay young while I get old, but I always know you're my best friend. So there'll be revenge and check for a pulse are decent. I like the line we only stand if it's safe to fall and check for a pulse. Divine letdown. Yeah, it's kind of a divine letdown. Black Box is just okay, and that pretty much sums up the rest of the album. The lyrics are like really good, but the music is like,
Very depressing.
no, they're just kind of like phoning it in. I don't know. There's nothing too special going on with to me for this one. I do like the main riff, and it's tragic, and slowly fading fast are like some late album saviors for the whole thing. But the closing track is just meh. It's not a
Yeah.
bad album. It's still really good. It's just I don't. If I'm gonna listen to No Use, I don't usually listen to this record.
Mm.
Um, I guess I'll go next. I think it's my turn to go first. And
Yes.
it fits because I'm gonna pick Keep Them Confused as my number 5. It's I do appreciate some of the tonal shifts, and I do appreciate the realness of the lyrics a lot. Like it's just those lyrics are pretty harsh and brutal, and I like my favorite thing was honestly the Falling is Easier Part 3. Like that and Fiona were just really damn good songs. I loved that bit a lot. Like again, it's in the middle right here, man. Like it's not a bad record. It's a good damn record. It's just there's other records that I think did this tone better and also did the songwriting better as well. That's it. That's the only reason.
I think that was the record. Was this the first record after without Chris?
It would fit time wise.
Yeah, I believe
I
so
think
because
I
it
think
was
so.
after Hard
That
Rock
would be
Bottom.
Hard Rock Bottom, actually.
Was he not on Hard Rock?
I, I don't believe so. No, he was not.
Yeah, he probably joined like right at 2001 or somewhere right there with Foo
It was
Fighters.
Yeah.
99 2000 is when he
Yeah.
joined the Foo Fighters.
Oh, okay.
It was for the Learn to Fly tour or whatever.
I did see
Yeah,
that
there's
tour.
nothing left to lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Tim special. It was the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Foo Fighters together in Pensacola.
You know what's
I
funny?
remember that show.
I was working at Blockbuster Video and couldn't get off work to go see that. And all I heard from everybody else was that Foo Fighters were great. Red Hot Chili Peppers were not. That's all I heard from that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
even there, and I could have told you that.
Okay, look. But that said, that was also when they were touring for Californication, right? Or was that after?
No, yeah, it was Californication and There's Nothing Left to Lose.
Yeah,
The
see,
two albums.
I'm not a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, but Californication, I like that record. It's a good record.
I heard it too much when we drove to Woodstock. We had two CDs in the car: Californication, that Brandon Yawn wanted to play all the damn time, and Blink-182's Enema of the State, which is what I wanted to play all the time. So, I wish I
would've
would
been
have had
cool.
more bitterness by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a month after I found that record.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Cowboy, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is gonna it's gonna knock you out. You're not gonna like this one. It's still the record of the year.
You son of a bitch.
Oh,
I know.
Okay. Interesting.
I know, right?
You
Why-
gonna
why-
justify
why
that,
would
or
you
you
put
want
it
me to
there?
justify your black eye?
Well, I listened to it, and I listened to it yesterday, and just going back through the albums, like I said, I'm just putting it in an order in which, because I haven't given them the proper.
You're going by nostalgia.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Which is fair. Sometimes you have to do it.
Oh yeah, 100%. My number 1's nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the difference is that me and Tim don't have the nostalgia for these records that you guys do. So y'all are going to like the ones y'all like more because that was there.
Yeah, that's what's
that
interesting about
time,
doing
you
this
know.
show is like you'll see, like Metallica. I have no real relationship with like besides a few albums here and there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it balances out.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love people.
Ew.
No, I mean, we all have different thoughts on things. I guess
people love.
I don't know why I'm being so positive. It's not really my MO, but yeah, cheers.
Now, not all of my picks are nostalgic because my number 5 is Hard Rock Bottom.
Mm.
Ooh, I can't believe you're putting that so far down. What's wrong with you?
We're in the good, you know,
Oh yeah.
that intro fucking hits.
Yeah, it does.
International U Day, one of the best pop punk love songs ever written. It came out at a perfect time in my life. Dumb Reminders, because of that one song, I think of Cowboy because he called me one day and said Dumb Reminders reminded him of me. And I said, Cowboy's talking about his wife. He's missing his wife. You know, it's a love type thing. And he's like, well, so now every time I hear it, I fucking think of Cowboy. I
And
get
here
up
we are.
every single time because you keep me
bear in
alive.
mind, bear in mind, this is because he had moved to Daphne, Alabama, during previous to this record, and we were hanging out all the time when he lived here in Pensacola, Florida, and we've been best friends for many, many years, and it was just my way. When I heard that song, I thought,
Yeah,
this,
it'd been
this town is full of dumb reminders. How far I am from you in miles. If I could get what time it's taken down, then maybe I could see you. You know.
fucker. I used to think of a girl when I heard that song. And that comes on and think of you.
I hang up
That's
the phone
beautiful.
and then I come back down. Miss you. I hope you're doing well.
All right, any number is okay. Friends of the Enemy is good. Um, Matt's bass in the choruses. Love Angela, Let Me Down. Holy shit. I'll talk about that one later. This is a Rebel song, though, is one of the weaker covers they did for me. Like, it just doesn't work. I like the drumming in it, but they have much better covers. And it kind of falters towards the end, except for that closing track. I love Nailed Shut. But overall, compared to the next 4 albums, this is my least favorite of those 5. So that's why it's number 5.
It's fair. About you, Timmy?
You, Tim.
My number 5 is gonna be a record I really, really liked. I can't wait to listen to it again. But unfortunately, it's got to be at number 5. I'm gonna go with the Feel Good record of the year. I actually felt after a couple of a pretty inconsistent decade, really, in the 2000s. Only a couple albums. They were both kind of aimless. It felt like this one was they really were able to find their voice again and had something to say and kind of tied it all together really nicely. Um, yeah, Sleeping Between Trucks was really fun. I really liked it in the last few albums too, where they just started inserting random like dialogue and stuff. That really helped. Like I don't know what the pacing and stuff, but it also kind of made the last few albums feel the same too. Like, um, but yeah, just a really cool album. I was really happy that you know, yeah, it's just really good, really good. I liked it.
All right. Let's see. Cowboy. Will is it Cowboy to go again?
Yeah, I think we're resetting the cycle, man.
Reset.
All right. Mine's going to be Keep 'em Confused. This album hits in a lot of different areas in my life and personal areas. It's a good album. for some reason, I uh, tend to grab onto the albums depending on what I'm going through in my life at the time. Um, it just was there. It
This
was
was
there.
Ivan, right?
This was Ivan. Yep. And a lot of personal um, things that hit for me going through separation and divorce of my wife at the time. Um, hurricane disaster tore up the house. Just a lot of things impacting in my life at the time, and um, I don't know. The album itself uh, very feels very depressing to me. It uh, at the time, but at the same time, it you know it would grab me and lift me up, and then I'd fall, or it'd grab me and lift me up, and then I'd fall. So
Would you say it kept you confused?
yes, it kept me very confused. Like um, uh, she will have her revenge. Um, for Fiona, um, slowly fading fast, Black Box, Apparition is probably my top song on that album. Why? Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
You
I
know,
still don't figure it out to this day, but
I burned a copy of this CD back in the day when we burned CDs, and somebody left it at my mom's house, and my mom found
yeah.
it, and she listened to it. So she really loved this album too, and I'm like, Mom, this is like nothing. Like they get so much, they did so much better. She's like, I really like it. I really like that Apparition song. So,
It's
Yeah.
good. It's a good song. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
I asked her about it the other day, and she don't remember this band at all. So shout out to Mom for playing Diablo.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got the
Uh-oh.
10-minute warning, y'all.
The
Yeah.
10-minute warning.
Let's see. I'm next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We better cut to a commercial before I talk again.
Into it, dude.
All right. Commercial break. Any suggestions? Who's our sponsor?
No, but we'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Right.
When you're congested, mucus can settle into your chest.
I love moving in day. Nice try, but I'm not going nowhere.
That's when you need Mucinex. Mucinex is specially made to break up the mucus that causes congestion.
Uh-oh. There goes the neighborhood! That's better.
And one Mucinex pill lasts up to 12 hours.
Hey, got any room at your place?
Mucinex in, mucus out.
And we're back.
All right.
All right. My number 4 is the feel good record of the year.
Wow, I can't. Okay, all right.
I mean, we're in like the top shit here. This album is fantastic.
Well, yeah,
this
this
is
is
a good album. Really good.
top 5 is good enough. Like we
I-
could just do a top 5 podcast and it'd be fine. We'd still
I
talk
think
forever.
I think this is the most underrated album. Nobody ever talks about this one. But Biggest Lie kicks ass. Same with I Don't Want to Be Wrong. Besides the Front Bottoms, I don't know if any of you guys listen to the Front Bottoms. But they
No,
have a
but I like
song,
their name.
Oh, they're so good. They have a song called um, the next time she sees him, it'll be peace sign middle finger. Like the whole video is like people just peace sign middle finger. Tony Sly, though, he says, if you have the foresight, can you read between the lines? Fingers 2 and 4 and biting fingers 1 and 5. That's just witty as fuck. Love yours to destroy. It starts slow, but the outro is really great. The lyrics are sad as fuck though. Under the Garden is the same. It's a little slow, but then it kicks in. Sleeping Between Trucks sounds like Tony's solo shit. It's really good. Love
Really good album.
Domino. The Feel Good Song of the Year is one of the saddest songs I think Tony ever wrote. I polished off another drink, taught myself to numb and drift away. If one more night I could just justify the day, I swear one day I'll get it back sometime. It's already dead and gone. Again, I see the trumpet player looking for his song. Like lyrically, this album feels a lot like his 2 solo albums. Like it's the darkest album personally, I think he wrote. The trumpet player's great. Ontario, if it's played in the right setting, yeah, that song will bring me to tears. It's haunting. Like he's really struggling on that with his band and traveling and his family. Pacific Standard Time, shit hits. Kill the Rich is the only song I don't really care for.
Ironic.
But I mean, I like the lyrics, but musically, like it just
Yeah.
feels weird where it's at. The last song, Take It Home, there's no message I'm sending, just this thought process I own. It's time to take it home. It's the last song we got from Tony. So overall, I love this record. I listen to it a lot more than the previous four. Cowboy needs to listen to it more.
I do. I agree with you on that.
What about you,
Timmy B?
Tim?
Oh, where are we at? At number 4, I'm going to go with Leche con Carne. I thought this was a really good album. Really liked the cover of Redemption Song. Really liked the last little like Weird Al cover going on where we're just having a polka party.
Got some Green
But
Day
like,
in there.
yeah, exactly.
I know, right?
Some cool songs, Missing Persons, and yeah, some Twisted Sister. It's always a good time, right?
Yep.
And
That was my favorite track on the record, though.
and yeah, I felt like this one. It kind of like, it still has the sound of the first two, but they're clearly going in a more pop direction. But they're still doing it really well. It's not like some of these bands were just not very good Charlottes. And
Okay, now I will talk some trash on some good Charlotte. I don't know if I'd be able to do that to No Good Use for a Name, though, for sure, not at all.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
like this is like it's a completely different pop punk. I still think this is
Yeah.
it's just it gets a little rock and rolly, I guess would be the way to put it. Like I mean, you could hear the Social Distortion influence for sure.
Yeah, he's saying there's no boys who like girls, who like girls, who like boys, who like
Yeah,
girls.
exactly.
But I
It's
like
not
Blur.
Disney punk. It's
I
not
really like
Blur.
Blur. Blur's great.
It's-
Well, yeah, Blur's
So-
great.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's a good record.
Yeah, that's my pick. Leche con Carne. Great album.
We're the worst about staying on topic.
That's okay.
See, that used to be Joe's job. Now I gotta try and keep it. I'm horrible at it.
Oh, we're doing fine.
I like the segues. It's fun.
Yeah.
Segues.
And if it goes horribly wrong, stay tuned for another commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
Just
forget.
to be the man, Dave Coulier, cut that out, man. Come on, no.
There was
Just cut
something
it out.
in Metallica. I think I was like, I'm gonna add that in, and I had already like done everything, and I was like, screw it.
Yeah, man. It's easier to cut corners than add more things.
I did
you know?
put TD's profile
Digital
picture
film.
though. I did put that up there where we were talking about him looking like Macho Man. Shout out TD. What's your? Sorry, I gotta get back on topic. Will, what's your number 4?
It's gonna be it's gonna be Hard Rock Bottom. It's just I feel like the vibe they've got on that record is really cool, and I really like it a lot. I just feel like they do a similar vibe on another record, and I like that record more. And that's the only reason why it's at number 4. And it's dope. It's really good. I was really shocked to find out, like looking on Spotify, that this was their most popular record. Basically, like it's got the more popular songs on it.
Yeah, I didn't.
And,
I didn't know that either.
And there's not a whole lot of songs on there that I remember, to be fair, other than the fact that they were really polished and really well written. There's still nothing wrong with them, They're just not exactly more as memorable as the tracks on the other records. I'm gonna name later because that's what we're doing right now. I feel very awkward.
All right.
Perfect.
Let's leave the silence a little bit longer. Make Will more awkward.
Enjoy the silence.
Hey, they did a good cover of that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Dope. I'm gonna look that up. I didn't know. I didn't look at the cover records.
Yeah, they got a whole cover album. Turning
Yeah,
Japanese.
Oh,
Enjoy the
nice. The
Silence.
Vapors.
I'm probably gonna really enjoy that one.
Dream
Yeah,
Police.
there's something about pop punk and cover songs that just fits really well together, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Unless
Like
it's
Newfound Glory
pop,
shit.
Oh yeah,
Well, Newfound Glory
is very-
shit.
They do
They
really
got the
good
best covers, man.
Oh yeah.
Never Ending Story, dude.
Yep.
Mwah, Chef
Yes.
Kiss. It's so
Oh
good.
yes,
The Goonies.
Goonies, good enough.
So
Yep.
good.
That's the only time I'll even listen to that damn Celine Dion song.
Unless you're in like a grocery store and it's playing on Muzak, that's I'm gonna hear that song more often, for sure.
Oh, I'll go pull it up on my playlist.
It's my turn again?
Yeah, you started us out. No, wait, no.
Cowboy started. it,
Yeah, Cowboy started us out. So yeah, you're next. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. My
Alright.
next one is Making Friends.
Top 3, baby. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a good record.
What's your name? Fuck you.
Fuck
That's
you,
my
That's
name.
my name. That's
So
right.
good.
Growing Down. Holy shit. Fuck, man. You seen that dude gets girl pregnant. She don't want it either, but it's too late, dad. He's a dick. This is good lyrics. On the outside has Karina from the Dance Hall Crashers. That's
Mhm.
good. Secret
Yes.
Secret is top tier Tony lyrics. Roy and Chris really shine on this record. On Best Regards. Badass guitar solo, 3-month weekend. Please don't say another word. I know your story well. Conversations take 2, but I'm talking to myself. I love this album. This is like a perfect album to me. It was really hard putting it at number 3. Fields is what put it below my number 2 because I don't really care for that one too much. And this, because I always go to Spotify when I do these listens, and they didn't have the hidden shit, the Beth cover and all that. So
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that too.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not there, but yeah,
Well,
it's a great album.
Yeah, it's still a dope ass record even without that.
Yeah.
I can agree.
All right, number 3 for Tim.
Continuing the trend, I was gonna go with Making Friends. I thought it was a really good album. I thought it was structured really well. The production's really good. The songs are really good. The performances are really good. There's nothing to not like about it. It's just a really good album.
Fire ass album, man.
Looking at the list, this is the only album that all 4 of us have in the top 3.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Secret first for just analytically.
I
don't know.
I know Cowboys next 3. I can tell now. It's not going to be a shock. His hot takes are over.
Hot takes are over. Yeah.
It's a great album.
Yes.
So, Cowboy, give us your number 3.
My number 3 is going to be Hard Rock Bottom.
Oh, okay. You fucked me up. We skip Will.
Hey, man, keep them confused,
sorry.
though, for real. No, it's cool. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Talk about
It don't matter.
Yeah, Hard Rock Bottom is going to be my number 3. It's a very good album. It's a lot of good times. It's the first time I saw No Use in concert. Was on that tour. And yes, they Yellow Card opened up for them. Me and Jason were there. It was in New Orleans, right?
It was in New Orleans. It was Gob,
Gob,
Yellow Card before
Yellow
Ocean
Card.
Avenue.
Yes, yeah.
Nobody knew who the hell they
Wow.
were.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness. Did they
Yeah, that's
still
how
have
I got it.
the violin
Yeah,
player?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, at least they kept that legit the whole time. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. That's how I got into Yellow Card. They were really good then, and then Ocean Avenue came out.
And
Excuse me.
that was nothing better than seeing them open with Feels Like Home and International U Day playing it live. The energy was just felt throughout the whole place. Just, you could feel it. It was like, wow. It was like the chill bumps, man. I got chill bumps. Hair stood up on my arms and everything.
Yeah, because
I
they
was like,
opened
yeah,
with "Feels Like Home," didn't they?
yes, they did.
Yeah.
And then they went right into International U Day.
I saw them live before. I saw them live on the More Betterness tour, and we were actually roadies. We helped them carry their shit to the van.
I know that too well.
And it was funny because somebody was smoking a clove in the audience, and Matt, while he was playing, he kept like saying, pass it up here, and the guy was like, yeah, and he passed it up to him, and he like threw it on the ground and stomped it out, and I'm like, I expected No Use to partake in the cloves, but I guess not. But then when
Right.
we helped them carry their stuff out, Matt was smoking a clove.
They're just not goth enough, I
And
guess.
they were like, yeah, we just, you could tell it was bothering people in the crowd, so I stomped that shit out. But here, you want some clove? They were great. They were great though. Nice guys.
Right.
All right, Will. Now give us your number 3.
I'm gonna go with "Don't Miss the Train," and I'm really interested in Tim's top 2. Actually,
Uh huh.
now that I'm putting this at number 3, because I can't argue with you. I feel like on average, this band was more of a pop punk and post hardcore band than they were a hardcore or punk band. So I feel like this is their best effort as a kind of just hardcore punk band that's going a little bit more post hardcore. And I kind of like envision a future where they kept that ball rolling instead of going into a pop punk direction. And I feel like, dude, this shit rules, man. Like this is my vibe. This is my flavor. So it's definitely up there. But it's just really good. I'm interested to see if it's going to be number 1 or 2 for Tim, but I love it very much. It's a really good record. I had no idea they put this shit out. I had no idea this was a thing. And this came out when I was 10 years old. This came out the same year as Angel Dust by Faith No More. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's a good record. And it's at number 3 for that reason.
Yeah, it's almost curious. He's like Strung Out kind of had that same, fat sound, that
Yeah.
no effects skate punk sound, and then they just completely went more metal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
No Use, I think maybe they could have done that too if they didn't just stay with that pop.
Well, I mean,
fat
that's
sound.
that's the thing that makes No Effect so good, though, is that they keep the riffs and the technicianship of metal and put it into a punk scene. And I feel like that was influential, especially if they're owning the label. Like you're gonna, it's gonna happen, man. It's just gonna happen.
Same thing with Propaganda. Like they were skate punk.
Yeah.
Listen to them now. Holy shit.
No, well, to be fair, I would put Propaganda way above any of those bands previously mentioned.
God,
yeah.
Chris is a god on guitar.
Yeah. Propaganda is just amazing. Absolutely.
Let's
Sorry,
see.
No. Talking about. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Who's next?
This is where we insert the commercial for the Warp Tour.
Yeah.
That'd be a good commercial I can use for.
I really wish I would have gone to one. I never went to one.
I never went to a Warp Tour either.
Yeah, I went to a couple of them. Me and Ed
went to
the bathroom with your bandmate Lars one day at the Warp Tour.
Yeah. Nice. I remember one year, maybe like the second year Furnace Fest happened in 2001, maybe or 2003 even. It was happening in Atlanta the same weekend, and I wanted to see the Used so bad because that Box Full of Sharp Objects song had just dropped, and I was like, yo, this is dope. I like this. And I was so mad that I couldn't go see him. But one of the bands was wearing a U shirt, and I was like, well, cool. At least they're being represented here. That's pretty neat. Anyway, sorry for my emo bullshit. It just happens sometimes.
I think Tim
That's what
starts
they
this
all
one.
say.
It does, man.
I think Tim starts this one
Okay.
because he did 6 first last time.
Okay. So yeah, I loved the first 2 albums tremendously. And yeah, I feel like this first album, we're gonna go with Incognito for number 2. It was real tough though. Real
It's the
tough.
right decision. It's the right decision.
I feel like it is. But yeah, this one did. This felt like 1990 underground. We've been listening to crossover. We know who Suicidal Tendencies and Slayer and Corrosion of Conformity are.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And yeah, that's my jam. So I loved Incognito. It definitely made the playlist. And the Police cover. I love the Police too. And that's one of the better Police covers I've heard. Just shows how punk the Police were.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Incognito's number 2. I love it. Crank it loud.
Yeah, it's. I need to go back and get those 2 on vinyl, but I couldn't find them like for cheap.
It doesn't surprise me, being 30 years old now.
Isn't that scary? I'm terrified of that, man.
Yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, that's usually Cowboy and I will send a text at some point like, "Holy shit, Green Day's Warning is 22 years old today." Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, I still
Just
think
making
that
us
is new
feel
Green Day.
right.
All right, Will, what's your number 2?
It's going to be Feel Good Record of the Year. I feel like everything that's pop that they've done is represented in the best degree on this record. Like there is some like cool, like little electronic drum loops that they fit in that just sound really nice. And like everything songwriting wise is just really good. And there's a lot of irony going on. And I'm a sucker for good old irony. It's just a really good record. I think it's their best pop punk record they have, but I'm not a 100% pop punk aficionado. So my number 1 isn't as pop punk as that, but it's their best pop punk record in my opinion, for sure. It's so good.
All right, Cowboy, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be Making Friends.
That's I swear I thought you would have put Hard Rock over that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I would have, but I mean, it was a tough call. Those 2 was really tough back to back. But like I said, some of the personal stories behind Making Friends was, More Betterness came out, and we got into More Betterness, and then I went backwards and got Making Friends on cassette tape at used and CD and record store, Tom CDs and Records. He had it on cassette tape.
Tom was the shit.
Tom was the shit. And I went back and I got it on cassette tape. I put it in my cassette player in the 18 van I had back in the day. And
You almost killed me in that
And,
18 van.
I
On the way
know.
back from No Use for a Name, actually.
I'm on the way back from No Use. That's
This-
right.
This motherfucker like pulled all the seats out of the back, so there was no seats except for him and his wife. So I'm like back there
Yeah.
just sitting there. And
That's
he
the best, dude.
slams
Right?
on the brakes because of a Penske truck, and I'm like all in the back of this fucking kidnapper 18
See,
van.
That reminds me riding in the back of Tim Armstrong's band's van a lot of times. Like there was a lot of times in that van where there was nothing in the back seat. And it
Oh
was
yeah,
a good time.
we'd smuggle people in though inside
Yeah,
the
man.
bass drum though if they could fit.
All right, sorry to cut
awesome.
you off,
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy.
That's all right. But when I put that cassette tape in, It opens up with "What's your name? Fuck you. That's my name." I mean, that was it. That was a wow, and it just launched
I'm
off
cutting
from
that for
there.
TikTok.
Very good album. Very good album.
All right. I'm going with Leche con Carne, which I guess I have that higher than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this record. Justified Black Eye lyrics, shit hits. When I was in a band with Julius, he wrote a song and it was really good. And he's like playing it. He teaches me it. We're playing it together, and I'm like, dude, this is Justified Black Eye. He's like, no, it's not. And like we go get the CD and we play it, and like it's like almost the same riff. He's like, son of a fuck.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Been there, done that, dude. That's the worst, man. It hurts.
It's like, dude, I just wrote this. No, man, that's Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. No, dude. That's Stars by Hum, dude. That's not an original song, man.
To me, there's not a bad song on this album. Like my least favorite is probably the Bob Marley cover, and even that's great. So, um, Couch Boy, Soulmate, that's a top song contender for me. 51 Days is a jam. Leave It Behind. The way he like delivers that, the miraculous, intelligent, incredible, extraordinary minds part, straight from the jacket. Again, the lyrics, Shitty Father, which kind of has like an anti-war vibe, which kind of like bleeds into Fields of Agony, which is really damn good. Bring Johnny home. He forgot what the fuck we were fighting for. What about the economy? What about the economy? The whole album is superb. That closing melody of covers, super fun. We already talked about that. Yeah, I love this record. Like it's my number 2.
Straight to the Jacket is a dope song. I'm not gonna argue that at all. It's good.
All right.
There's not a whole lot of stickers at all throughout this entire discography.
No, there's
Like
not. There's
you'd
really
have
not.
to really like comb through and be like, no, that's not good. But it'd be difficult.
Yeah. It's all super competent and well put
Yeah.
together.
They're definitely in my like top 3 favorite Fat bands. I don't even think NoFX is in my top 3 favorite Fat bands.
Ain't that the way it goes?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it should go.
It should.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I guess technically it's me, but I can pass it off to anyone. I don't really, it doesn't bother me.
Go ahead and defend. What's your favorite? Oh,
Making Friends, motherfucker. That's my number 1 record. God, dude, that's just a great record, man. Like it just comes out swinging from the start, and it's like, to me, it's like everything they did on No Use on Leche con Carne with the pop punk sound they put into their old sound from Don't Miss the Train and Incognito, and it's just, that's my jam. Like that's my style, man. Like I feel like it might even be like proto metalcore in a way, because it's got like an old school hardcore mentality, but with a technical musicianship that it's just amazing, man. I just love this record. I love the vibe of it. I love the nonstop intensity of it, and it just slays, man. It's just my favorite for sure. It's my vibe. So yeah, that's it. I don't know, man. I'm really bad at describing things sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
What about you, Cowboy?
That seemed to work pretty good.
That was very good, actually.
You'll be up for a YouTube award in no time.
Do they have those?
I believe they do. Yeah.
And if they don't, we'll make them.
I just want Jason to get the silver thing that they, give you when you hit a certain number of subscribers.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to see
little...
that. And Jason's shelf right back there. I want to see that.
Yeah, it can go next to my Pokemon bag.
That seems very on brand for YouTube, honestly. So I think it might work.
All right, Cowboy. I know what your number 1 is.
Yeah, you know what my number 1 is. More Betterness. It's the album that started it all. And with an intro like that, there is no other. I mean, to this day, I've heard a lot of intros for albums from bands, but that intro was it. That set the whole album for me. You know, Chasing Rainbows, Room 19, um, Not Your Savior, all of it. Just, it's my number one. It's always been my number one. It's always been the one No Use album that I always go to. When I think of No Use, when I want to go to No Use, I always I'm always on More Betterness. It's just, it's, there's number one to me. It's always been. There's no way around it.
Yeah, I got so many people into this band and like the fat sound because of that record. Like Jimmy,
Yeah,
I played it for old Jimmy Ron. He was like, "Holy shit, that's really good." Joe, you, there was more, but
yep.
all right. I guess. Well, I'll follow up behind you. I guess since
Yeah, since you're piggybacking, really.
yeah. So not fucking around. I don't give a fuck. Nostalgia 100%. This is one of those
Yeah,
albums. I
yeah.
remember where I was when I first heard it. Unlucky 17, already handed plan. Because again, you guys are like in your 30s or 40s, hearing it now, so it doesn't have that same
No, yeah,
impact.
absolutely, absolutely. If I would have heard this in 1999, I might not have liked the Get Up Kids as much when I heard the Get Up Kids.
Oh,
Like
that was so good
I
too.
would have probably chosen this over. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but that Unlucky 17, already handed plans for the future, because I was 19, which is close enough.
Yeah.
The lyrics still ran true. Uh, this album to me, I think, could have been in 1999 if it would have been on like DGC or Geffen or I guess the same thing, MCA, any of those major labels, they would have been fucking huge on this. They would have. This to
Yeah.
me is a better pop punk record than Enema of the State, like lyrically.
Yes, it is. Lyrically,
Um,
it's very
Punk
much.
rock record, yeah. Yeah. I think Blink 182 on that record really kind of stepped a little bit past pop punk and just went a little bit more pop rock
no, yeah,
instead of pop punk.
all the
Yes.
uh,
Just straight up. Yeah. 100%.
Chasing Rainbows.
Chasing Rainbows.
Rory's drumming on it. The fills. The
Yes.
go. Yes, go.
Yes, go.
Um, it was super fucking. I mean, my notes literally say it's super fucking hard taking notes on this album because I start listening to it and I just start listening to the record and I'm like, it just takes me away.
Yeah.
Sleeping In is sad. If Heaven is so high, then why are you so low? The outro, the Pogues cover of Fairy Tale in New York with Cinder Block.
Yeah. It's a good cover.
I heart Cinder Block. She's actually been mentioned in a couple of our Patreon videos. So one day we need to do Tilt. Um, the Monsters intro, Pride, like the whole album. 6 Degrees to Misty. Even the closing track, which is slow, I still love it. Like it's got a weird drum beat that do do. It's weird, but I can't. Like this album is like Tim's Ride the Lightning for me almost. Like,
It's
What's wrong
understandable.
with our sweet little lady? Oh, nothing there. It's just one of those adolescent cycles. I believe a child psychiatrist referred to it as the punk phase.
I see you
You
looking. I love this record.
stereotype.
And actually, Fat Fat Mike or Fat Records are assholes, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Proudly, right?
they don't release vinyl for a band
Mm.
for like one album. Like Strung Out's Blackhawks in Los Angeles, they just never pressed it on vinyl. More Betterness, they didn't press it on vinyl until like recently. So I was glad to like finally get a copy on vinyl. I still got to order that Strung Out too. But it sucks when you have like an entire catalog, but you're missing one record because they just didn't do it. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, more Betterness
Well, Timbo.
is more awesomeness. We know what Tim's don't miss that train, don't miss that
Yeah,
train.
what a great album. What a great album. It took everything I loved about Incognito and just did it better. You could see some real growth. And yeah, 1992, like,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy as hell. That came out in
yeah,
'92. It's just nuts. It's really good.
yeah,
It's so good.
it feels very punk rock. It feels very old school punk rock, but it also feels very like, yeah, it feels 92 and we're about to move into uncharted territory.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just loved it. Gonna listen to it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
That's good though. See, we diversified here at
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
almost.
Yeah, I'm so glad my nostalgia for this band, which was, not necessarily positive, has been turned around.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
I
Same.
really enjoyed this catalog more
Yeah.
than I expected to. And
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
no, yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, a lot of that pop punk stuff just did not appeal to me throughout the 2000s because it all became so samey. And
It was ubiquitous.
yeah,
Ubiquitous is the word, man. It was everywhere.
and even the albums they're putting out during those times, these feel really good. Timeless stuff. Great,
Oh yeah.
great band.
And also, you should check out the
Solo records.
no, this is the what's it called? The tribute album, where like
Oh.
there's a shit ton of bands just covering no use songs,
Okay,
like
I
Strung Out
think I
does
saw some.
Soulmate, Rise Against for Fiona, Bad Religion does Let It Slide, Alkaline Trio's on here, Gaslight Anthem, Yellow Card, Flatliners, Simple Plan.
Wow.
They do Justified Black Eye.
Really?
Simple
Yeah,
Plan
yeah.
did Justified Black Eye. Oh wow.
Wasn't that the same band that sang about their parents not loving them enough?
I don't know. I never got into Simple Plan, but
Terry,
I tell
can't
y'all,
be different.
perfect.
Like that's
No,
like
I'm
the
pretty sure they were the band that sang about not getting to
bullshit
sit with
I've
the
ever
cool
heard in my
kids.
fucking life.
Yes.
Wow, I hate that band.
Yeah.
Sorry, that unearthed something in me I did not expect to come out. I apologize.
Swinging Utters, Annie Flag does Toaster in the Bathtub, which is
Nice.
a Tony song. No Effects does The Shortest Pier, which is a Tony solo song. Mad Caddies, AM. Karina from the Dance Hall Crashers does Biggest Lie. It's a really good
Yeah, man.
tribute
So
album.
apart from a simple plan, then it's got
Yeah.
some
Good.
actual
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprised they didn't get the Foo Fighters on there.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters should have been on there.
They
That's
should
just
have.
more Foo Fighter elitism.
Hey, Chris
Yeah.
pulled his weight
Some
and got
Dave
Foo
Grohl
Fighters on
elitism.
Rock Against Bush on Fat, so he could have done it again.
Yeah.
All right, so final thoughts. I guess we kind of did that. Love this band. Tony was gone too soon. Yeah, more betterness.
More bitterness.
I mean, usually I
It's
say
okay.
at this point forward is where I would say, but they're all fucking great.
They were all good. Yeah, there were no stinkers.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's no ratitude here.
I mean,
No.
statistically, it looks like Making Friends is the top.
Statistically, yeah.
Yes.
Just want to say I'm right. What's up?
And then second place would be More
I'm
Betterness.
sorry.
It will
Yeah.
tie with More Betterness and Don't Miss the Train, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I like that fun stuff. Making averages of things. That's always a good thing to do.
Nerds.
Well, according to my calculations, we've got about 30 seconds left on this video before we move on to the artwork.
Now we got to do top songs.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. I'm done.
So yeah, that is our album rankings for No Use for a Name. Leave us a comment below and give us your rankings. And be sure to tell Fat Mike about ODD. I heard No Effects is calling it quits. What better way for Fat Mike to spend his retirement than sitting back and watching us talk about No Use for a Name?
God, they've got like a billion
Dang.
albums too, don't they?
Yeah, that one's going to be a two-parter
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
3.
They don't have that many, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of, I mean, because there's.
I know they've got a lot of releases. I don't know what constitutes an.
They've got a lot of live records. A lot of live records.
Okay, yeah,
for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we don't count the live ones, but
Nah.
we don't count 40 compilations usually. They got a lot of records. We'll get to them. Not as many as Tom Petty, I don't think, but anyway, we appreciate you. Be safe and make good
Yes.
decisions.
That's right.